Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vat07, and today we're going to be doing a tier list for stones. The first one is going to be for PvE, and the next will be for PvP. So just stick around because I will be explaining what every stone does, basically, and why it's bad or good. So let's go ahead and start with Sparkstone. Sparkstone is pretty awful. Basically, the only thing that it does for PvE is that it just basically prolongs the boss from using his moves, which can help you combo for longer, but it's not good. There's just way better. Abyss Stone, it is completely useless on NPCs, as it basically delivers unhealable blows. Basically, they can't regenerate, but they don't regen, so it's bad. Same thing with Darkstone, is that it basically steals the regeneration, and for players it works, but for NPCs it doesn't, so it's completely useless. Charmstone, I think Charmstone is decent in some builds. What it does is basically gives you 5% damage boost to everything. If you're using like a hybrid build, I think this might be crazy, or it just kind of depends on your build. All around, it's not too good. There's definitely way better, but it does have a use and it's decent. Tempest Stone, easily the most versatile stone in the game for absolutely everything. It just adds a bunch of damage, high proc rate, good damage. How it works is basically if your sword hits like 50 times for like 1 damage, the lightning bolt will be really low. But if you do like 1 hit for 50k, the lightning bolt will be very high. So it's just based on what you do, like how much damage you do. And then if the lightning strikes off the big damage, it will be a lot of damage. So, but it's a high proc rate, so it's pretty good. Lifestone increases your regeneration, I believe. It's bad. I have this on Acroscythe, and it is trash, bro. It's hard to proc. The healing is trash. It is just awful. Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty was an S tier stone, huh? S tier stone. Why can't I say that, bro? What? It is. It's unfortunately not that great anymore. There's a lot more healing things in the game that are just a lot better. Well, preferably Sea Beast. If you have that, you don't need it. You'll never need it again. All around though, it is a still decent stone. Delusional Stone, I usually don't add these in my tier list, but they literally don't do anything but take the stone off. They're completely useless, but I sometimes get comments about them, about the Delusional Stone. It is completely useless. Don't ever craft it or do anything with it. Blaze Stone, it's like a worse poison. It's very mid on most stuff. It's hard to proc. It depends on what sword it could be good on, but all around it's not that great. And it's easier to craft than poison, but poison is just better. Glacier Stone, it is very useless. It just slows the enemy. It doesn't do anything much. And most enemies have like ranged attacks or TPs. It's pretty much useless, but it does have some uses sometimes. Poison Stone, best stone in the game for PvE is just insane. Especially on the right swords, you're looking at a ton of damage. Now, this isn't the most versatile stone. It doesn't work on every single sword. I do have another video up on my channel about the what stones are good on what swords. So if you need help with that, you can look at that, or I can maybe make a new video about it. There's some new swords. Maybe I should do that. Let me know if I should do that. Just make a video on what stone is best on every sword. But Poison Stone is not very versatile, but it's decent. It works on most swords. Okay, there's 2 Blaze Stones. We'll skip that. Glacier or Galestone. There you go. Galestone increases regeneration and gives you speed. It's kind of mid. Like, it's pretty bad. I'd say it's more useful than these, but it's not that great. Also, for some reason, I can't talk today. I keep like stuttering, I feel like. Lightstone, it is completely useless. So this is the PvE tier list. Now let's move on to the PvP. So for PvP, I wouldn't really say Blaze Stone is all that great, but what it's good for is it could basically, it could add some good damage. But it was used for a while to basically cancel abilities. On Hunter Blade, it's very common to see just to cancel abilities, but it's not really that great of a stone. Like, it's kind of mid. The damage you get from it can be good if you're lucky from like on the right swords, but it's just kind of mid. Tempest, most versatile stone in the game. If you don't know what stone to put on your sword, Tempest is the safest bet, and it's also the easiest to craft. Charmstone is pretty mid as well. It's like 5% damage, but I just don't think it's that great. Poison, another S tier stone. It does insane damage on the right swords. Lifestone is pretty bad, and increased regeneration just isn't good. Bloodthirsty, it's never been good in PvP, to be honest. Spark Stone. This stone is insane. It does 1 damage ticks, which means it's basically a blaze stone. It can cancel abilities. Not only that, it stuns, which means it slows your dash, like it pretty much completely stops your dash, and also you from moving. Very good stone. So it's like a blaze and a glacier combined, which I'll talk about glacier now. I think glacier is a decent one. It is good for OP and Koru, as Koru has a lot of stun, and then it's really easy to proc off of Koru's first ability. So you're basically always stunning a lot, and then you slow them so they fall to the ground, and you can use your OP moves, which normally you can't because they all go to the ground. Glacier is a good stone for it though, but it's only good on like a few swords. I mean, it is versatile, I guess. The slowing can be nice, but all around there's just a lot better. Light stone, all it does is blind. I think blinding in this game is just very bad. Alright, next up is delusional stone, or disillusion, I don't know how you say it. Basically it's completely useless. Gel stone, bad. Increase regeneration and speed, pretty bad. It's not much either. Dark stone, this is an interesting one. I think that they buffed this stone this update, low-key. Or at least I couldn't notice how good it was without the healing ticks that go around your body. I actually think that this stone heals a decent amount. Like, I actually think that it's moved up quite a bit. This stone gives you 600 healing over like 8 ticks. And that's actually a decent amount of healing. Is it significant enough to win you the fight? No. If you basically are going to get 2-tapped or 1-shot comboed every time. So this stone isn't really that great. So yeah, I'm just going to place it in mid tier, as it does do decent healing, but it's not enough to be like meta. Abyss stone, it basically makes it where you can't regen. Dark stone is better because it halves the regen and literally just steals it. But all around, it's not good. It's bad. Regenning isn't even good in PvP. Regenning in general isn't that strong. That's why you just use healing abilities. So if you guys agree with any of this or disagree, let me know down in the comments below. The S tier, mostly this list is mostly accurate. Now there's like a few things that maybe you could debate switching around, but for the most part, I'm very satisfied with this tier list. If you guys want to see the video where I talk about the best stone for every sword, let me know down in the comments below. I do already have it up, but there is some new swords, so maybe I should redo the video if you guys want to see that. So just let me know. Thank you guys for watching this entire video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.